Hello everyone and welcome to Long's Toys. Have another Transformers Titans Return review for you today. This is Voyager class Blitzwing with Decepticon Hazard. Apparently that is the name of his Titan Master. So we've seen this mold before as Megatron, but it's a really fantastic mold. I believe the mold was always meant to be Blitzwing. Megatron was kind of a pre-tool repaint. The packaging is fairly simple. Nice picture there on the side though. I like that. Bottom, boring. Top's just the window. So here is the back. As you can see, I love this jet mode as Blitzwing. The tank mode looks good too, but the jet mode is really fantastic. On the back here, we see Ramhorn, who is Wave 5 for Titan Masters. Misfire is Wave 5 for Deluxe. Octone, this is Octone, but it's Octane. I guess they lost the rights to the name Octane, so he is officially Octone. But he is the other one in this wave with Blitzwing. I did see him at the store today, but I decided to pass because I pre-ordered the Takara one, because that is coming with a little Ghost Starscream Titan Master, which is amazing. So I'm going to get the Takara version. Unfortunately, that doesn't come out till like Christmas time, so it's going to be a bit. Sky Shadow down here. Now, he's technically Wave 4. I don't know if there's any Wave 5 in the leader class. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Oh, no, I think it should be Overlord. Yeah, it should be Overlord, which is a... Sky Shadow was a pre-tool of Overlord, so that should be Wave 5 for him. But anyway, taking a look at the back of the box, you can see the Titan Master, Tank Mode, Jet Mode, Robot Mode. Reading the little bio at the top real quick. Using the power of Titan Masters, the Decepticons rise up to destroy the Autobots. Blitzwing has one thing on his mind: destruction. Decepticon Hazard give Blitzwing the ability to take over the processors of another bot and program them to cataclysmically self-destruct. Well, dang, that's rough. So he can do like mind control to self-destruct? Whew. That's a dangerous power. You better watch out for Blitzwing. Yeah, so that's the packaging. We're going to go ahead and get him out of the package, and we're going to take a closer look. So here is Blitzwing out of the packaging, and I like him a lot. This mold was definitely made to be Blitzwing. He looks absolutely fantastic. I love the turret on his back. Very G1 with the barrel sticking out over his head. You have the wings on the back. Very, very cool. Just a real quick look. Here is Megatron, his mold brother. As you can see, it's the same mold. A little bit of retooling here in the chest. And a little bit down here, it's pretty similar. It's just painted differently. But overall, pretty much the same mold. Very little difference. You can see there's a difference in the barrel for the tank. And that's because Megatron had this extra barrel piece that would hook on for his arm cannon, and that would hook onto the barrel of the tank. Whereas Blitzwing has the sword that he's known for. He does come with this same piece, which is the same as the gray piece here for Megatron. He just doesn't have the extra cannon piece. He has the sword instead. So I'm going to move Megatron off to the side. And we'll get a close-up look here of the head and the chest. Nice sticker here on the front. I believe these are stickers as well. I think the red here is painted, but this, and this is a foil sticker. But it looks pretty good. Gonna take the head off so we can take a closer look at that. Nice paint. The face is a really dark purple. I could have maybe used or gone with a little bit lighter shade for my preference, but not bad. The yellow really stands out. And then most of the body is the tan color that's the same as his arms. Or I should say the larger robot's arms. But yeah, pretty cool. I like the molded detail in there for the head. So all in all, a pretty cool little Titan Master. I like him a lot. And of course, he can sit in here while I have it handy. So very cool there. And I really like this sword. Oops, I'm knocking it over here. But it pegs into the hand very easily, which I appreciate. So take that back in if I can. Okay, that I'll get to that in a minute because that is something that happens on mine. There we go. Not really sure why. There's nothing wrong with the piece. You can see the little tabs on the wing. For some reason, this one wing, the other wing is fine, but this one wing, I mean, it pops right back on, no big deal. But for some reason, it loves to pop off very easily. I don't know if like one of the tabs is just worn down a little bit and I'm not really noticing it because like to the eye it's not that bad, but for some reason that one wing really likes to pop off. Another thing I did, and this is just my own stupidity here, but if you're familiar with how Megatron transforms, you can see that there are these tabs and then there's another tab here and there was another one here. When I got it, it was a little warped. So I tried to push in a little bit to warp it back the other way, and I guess it was brittle because I touched it. I pushed a tiny little bit, and it just popped off and flew across the room. So luckily, it's not that big a deal as far as, you know, the robot mode still holds together perfectly fine without it. It just kind of, you know, covers a little bit of dead space there, but it's so minor. It's really not a big deal. So if you get this figure and yours is a little warped like mine was, just be careful with that tab because apparently it's easy to break off. I don't want to say it's prone to break off because it's not really. It's just any kind of pressure and apparently it pops right off of there. Anyway, so just be careful. Articulation for the figure, obviously you can tell the head's on a ball joint because of the little tiny head of the Titan Master. You have the shoulder joint that goes in and out, as well as this. Now, if you like a classic G1 look with the wings out just like that, it's going to hinder your shoulder movement. But of course, you can bend them back, and then that's going to move a lot more. You have a bicep swivel. You have the elbow joint, pretty much 90 degrees there. And then, do we have any wrist articulation? No, that looks pretty solid. Yeah, so that's not moving at all. But I really like the wings, like classically like that, in a real G1 look. Yes, it does hinder the arms a little bit, but I think it looks pretty good. Hip out to the side, front to back. You have a thigh swivel. Mine's really tight, which is a good thing, I guess. They'll loosen up over time. Pretty much, yeah, you got 90 degrees there in the knee. And then you have a little bit of ankle movement, mostly because of the transformation. This, the heels are molded in place. They don't move at all. So it's only the front foot that moves. But yeah, no, I think he's got a lot of nice articulation. I like him a lot. The color scheme's great. The only thing that I think is a little weird, and I'm wondering if this is how the original G1 toy is, and that's why they did it. This side piece, from where my finger starts, just kind of running along the side, they chose the same kind of whitish gray color for that they use for the legs. I just think it looks a little weird. I would have just kept it the same cream color as the arms and just have it be one cohesive color scheme. Or make it purple so that it blends in with the body. I don't really mind whichever one they would have chosen, but to make it this third white-gray color just seems a little odd. It doesn't take away from my enjoyment of the figure in any way. It just seems out of place, and I don't really know why they did that. It's just kind of a weird to have that color come out of nowhere. Just my opinion. I think it's a little weird. You got really nice foil stickers on the back for the wings. And then another foil Decepticon sticker up there on the tank turret. So yeah, I really like this mold a lot. I loved it when it was Megatron, but I love it even more now that it's Blitzwing. Because I feel like this mold was always meant to be Blitzwing. Which it was. I mean, it was meant for Blitzwing. It was just made into a pretty decent Megatron, but it looks great as Blitzwing. So I was very excited to find this and pick it up. I'll also take a look real quick. I forgot to show off his little collectible card for anyone who enjoys looking at those. Nice little bit of artwork there. Mine's unfortunately bent a little bit, but no biggie. You can see strength is his primary attribute, second by firepower, and then speed. Brains down there on the list. What are you going to do? So, nice little collectible card there. But yeah, I love this figure. I think it looks fantastic as Blitzwing. So let's get on to the transformation. I guess I'll start first with the tank. So I've gone ahead and removed the accessories and the Titan Master. We can start by coming around to the back, and you can fold open these back flaps. You got to fold them all the way so that you can flip the foot around, and then you can kind of leave it in this like halfway closed mode. And then we're going to unhinge the joint. The knee joint kind of pegs in, so you kind of have to unpeg it, which can be difficult. There goes that wing again. That wing loves to pop off. There we go. It's hard to show, but right here, see this little tab right there? That's going to peg into that right there. So you're going to bring it all the way up, make sure it's closed in on itself. And it can be hard to do because, like I said, these joints are super tight. Ugh. Yeah, this is really super duper tight. But you have to get it to peg in there, or else it won't fully click into tank mode. I think I'm just going to have to do it off camera because the joints are so tight. I really have to get up and get this pegged in. Okay, so wow, that was way more of a struggle than it needed to be. But once you can get them pegged in all the way against the leg, then you can come close these panels back up, and then the two legs will snap together. So the wing is still off up here because it loves to flap off of there. I don't know why. So yeah, apparently my figure has a couple QC issues, notwithstanding the peg I broke off myself. At this point, you're going to take this and flip it all the way around like that. And they're just going to kind of stay facing forward like this. At this point, you're going to unpeg. Actually, you have to take the chest plate and bring it down and fold it down into this area. And then you're going to unpeg this and swing it all the way around. And then it's going to peg into the leg. And you can get just the wings out of the way temporarily. So swing this all the way around. Peg it into the leg down here. You're going to fold this up like this. You're going to fold this to cover the hand. And then you're going to turn this like that. And that's going to form your tank tread. Oh, you know what? I'm wrong. I apologize. You're going to turn this, flip these back. You don't flip these down for this one. That's for the jet. We'll get there in a minute. Sorry, I'm doing this from memory. And apparently I don't remember as well as I should. So this is going to come down. And this big peg right here is going to peg into the fist. And you want to make sure that this is lined up correctly. Oops, that didn't stay down. Then you're going to come around here and do the same thing where you flip this around. Bring this down. This peg right here is going to peg in right there. So that's probably why this is not, I probably didn't do that right on the other side. There we go. There we go. Now it's all snapping together. And you can see how the fins kind of perfectly fit flush with the tank. So they kind of hide nicely in there. You're going to take the wing, fold that down again. Actually, you're going to fold in, or you can pop the whole wing off. Fold this part down to hide it like that. Then you're going to reconnect your wing, assuming yours pops off all the time like mine does. Fold this down. And it'll just kind of, this little white piece here will just kind of keep the wing in place. Then you will fold this down and spin this 180 degrees. And do I have the underneath all correct? See, this is where if you didn't have this pegged in correctly, it would give you trouble, and it looks like it still wants to give me trouble even though I did peg it in correctly. So here is the tank mode. You can take this piece here, and I believe, does it have you peg it in on top of here? Yeah, that looks a little weird. You can do that. I would rather peg it in back here somewhere, but I don't know if you can. Maybe like this? No, that's for something else. So, yeah. You could always peg it into the front here on the side, if you like. Or you can peg it in on the top of there if you like, but I think it looks good. You can lift this little bit up and sit the Titan Master in there. And he's ready for battle. So I really like this tank mode. I thought it looked great for Megatron. I think it looks even better for Blitzwing, because it's got Blitzwing's color scheme going on with the classic tan tank, a little bit of purple in the back, which will become, you can see kind of where the fuselage of the jet mode and everything is going to be. But yeah, I really like this tank mode. I think it looks great. Let's go ahead and get into the jet mode. Okay, so going from the tank to the jet, you're going to fold out these wings and hope that your one stays connected, but I bet it won't. So there we go. You can see the light coming off those foil stickers is nuts. You can kind of fold this straight up like this, just for clearance. And then this whole piece, actually I think before I do that I have to unpeg this stuff, or it won't move. So you can unpeg the tank treads from the side. This is where you're going to unpeg this and swing it all the way around and then peg it into the leg down here, like I mistakenly showed you earlier. Actually, before you do that, you're going to want to bring these up. And you'll see that this, when they come around, you can see there's a little notch right there and there's a little tab right there. So that'll all just kind of line up perfectly. Get the wing out of the way. So you can see where that pegged in, and now those back fins are up where they're supposed to be. So unpeg this, then swing it down, and then bring this up and peg it in, and then you can bring down these tail fins. There you go. And that should be back where that goes. So at this point, you have this. You still want these pegged in. You still want this tab pegged into that. But then instead of bringing this forward like with the tank tread, you're going to bend it here and just fold it straight back like this. And then this tab is going to peg into this hole right there. So there you go. And then hope my wing stays on. So the clearance I was talking about earlier. Now you're going to flip out the fuselage 180 degrees. And then you just kind of spin this and rest it back, just so it kind of hides underneath the jet like that. And then you're going to open this, fold out the last bit of the nose cone, and then close it up. And you don't get a more G1 looking vehicle mode than this wonderful jet for Blitzwing. This thing looks spot on. The stickers here on the wings look great. I love the tan nose cone here for the fuselage. Perfect. 100% nailed it. You can open this up, and the part that had the fuselage piece in it, you can sit the Titan Master in there, and then he can ride around. I might have to angle him back a little bit more. Why isn't it closing for me? I have to put it farther back. There we go. Wasn't far enough back. And then you can see him in the window driving the jet. I think that's fantastic. So well done. You can take this piece and you can peg this in. Where does this peg in? Right here and here. So you could have another Titan Master ride on there if you like. You have this sword piece still. You could peg this in pretty much into the robot fist if you wanted to. Peg that on the side. That actually doesn't look bad there. Good place for storage. So the turret of the tank does just kind of hang under here, and if you wanted to, you could bring it up if you wanted him to use it as like a gun or something like that, or you could have it hang down here and swivel around. But the original G1 toy did that as well. So it just kind of is under there. But I really love the look of this jet mode. I think it's 100% looks like G1 Blitzwing. It's a fantastic jet in its own right. But yeah, for Blitzwing, I absolutely love it, and I think they nailed it 100%. So I gotta tell you guys, I love this figure. I loved it the first time as Megatron. I think it works even better as Blitzwing. Obviously, the mold was kind of created and engineered for Blitzwing. It's a tank, it's a jet. All three modes are great. The transformations are fun and not too difficult to figure out, even if you didn't have the directions. I don't really have any complaints. My figure has a couple little things, like the hips are a little, or not the hips, but the kind of joint inside the leg to transform the leg into the hips is kind of tight. I guess my wing keeps popping off, but I don't think there's anything that would stop you from enjoying the toy. It's really well engineered. I think they did a great job with that. The only other thing I would nitpick is, like I said, I think the white-ish gray choice here for the sides is weird. I would have just had it purple or this tan color. I don't know why they introduced a third color in there. Just kind of looks a little out of place. But again, it's just me nitpicking stupid little things. It's definitely a fun toy. It looks great. It's fun to transform and play with. I definitely recommend picking it up. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like and share this video, and please subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you've enjoyed this look at Voyager class Blitzwing from Transformers Titans Return. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching.